Here.
Here.
No.
Oh,
No. That was Ken Bruno.
yeah.
Connie Sachs, Stephanie Jen,
Yes.
Jason Chen, Dr. Matarazzo.
Here.
John Max.
Yes.
Lauren Griswold,
Present.
Dr. Seville,
Here.
Mr. Flora.
Here. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby state that adequate notice of this special, regular meeting, right? Regular meeting has been provided to the public by a written notice dated May 10th. Okay, May 10th, 2018. The meeting notice has been posted on bulletin boards located inside each school building and the Board of Education office, communicated to at least one of the board's designated newspapers, and filed with the Borough Clerk of Palisades Park. Can we have the report of the superintendent?
Sure. I have 4 items in no specific order, but I do need a resolution for use of facilities on the first 2 that I discussed tonight. One is the National Night Out, as has been done in years past. August 7th, 2018, Palisades Park Police Department would like to use Lindbergh Elementary School field. So on the buildings and grounds, I would be seeking that. In addition, the town library, I think with many of our students after school hours, has requested the use of the multi-purpose room on the 2nd floor of this building that was originally part of the library, became one of our classrooms, and now after hours will be used for ESL and additional services. So I would ask that the board consider that as a use. It will only be used during school days, Monday through Friday, and it will be closed immediately when our building closes. So they will not be in operation when our building is not open. The request was originally for Saturdays and after hours. I could not accommodate because that would give them access to our schools.
Just so that the board is aware and the public, does that affect our, I guess, in terms of security or
Not whatsoever.
equipment being
Yep.
touched? Or?
So not whatsoever. They are responsible for any and all bringing in of equipment of their own. We are using that space after school hours, so it does not impact any of our students or programs after hours. Again, I think a space issue came about for the town library. They seek the room, we can accommodate. I thought it would help our students.
And how long is this period for?
So at this point, we're looking to at least the end of the school year. And again, it's approximately 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. When our building closes, again, they are out.
And insurances and everything, we're
So
covered.
again, if you guys would agree, I would have a shared service and use facility agreement with the borough, because technically the library would be using that space.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
My last 2 items, number 3. So we had our special meeting, we spoke of the shared service agreement. I will go on record and say, definitely with much assistance from the Chief of Police, Mark Jackson, the Borough Administrator, Mr. Dave Lorenzo, and I believe Robert DeVito is a police officer, I could be mistaken. The 3 of them really have put together a schedule at this point to ensure that the buildings are safely secured by an armed retired officer. They are clearly assisting in my everyday work. We stay in constant communication to ensure that the buildings are covered. In the event someone was out, I know the police department made a commitment to give us a uniformed, active police officer. So I will go on record and say for the last 2 weeks, everything has been up and running. We have had some inquiries from both the county and state level with regard to the training of the officers and will they be mandated. I've gone on record, in addition to Mr. Flora, to recommend, and it is in the agreement, that although they are not our employees, the retired officers would attend a school resource officer training. Unfortunately, these are run by the state of New Jersey. They will be attending hopefully in the summer months. We are waiting for confirmation on that.
And will we have a schedule of these police?
So as of now, Chief Jackson last spoke to me, we are working on a month-to-month schedule. We're doing our very best. Since our last posting, I had no applicants for the position. Therefore, there is no recommendation at this point. And finally, I will tell you, and Dr. Matarazzo, Ms. Jang, I appreciate both of you being available this morning. It was one of the nicer moments for our school district. We had a ribbon cutting ceremony at the high school with regard to the wellness center in an attempt to be proactive and not always react to problems. Children are faced with many concerns nowadays: security, clearly, anxiety, depression. They could have had a bad cup of coffee in the morning, and that could really drive them in the wrong direction. So we just continue to offer programs for our children. It was very, very well attended. Our county executive, Mr. Tedesco, spoke to the children. He actually has a certificate of commendation presented to the Palisades Park Schools Wellness Center in honor and recognition of the grand opening of your new wellness center and an appreciation of your dedication in providing the students of the county of Bergen with the highest quality of service to their health. Signed, James J. Tedesco III, May 15th, 2018. I think it was a great program. I think the kids involved really were very appreciative, and again, I appreciate the board members taking time out of their schedule for being there today. Thank you.
Very nice, thank you.
I'd like to just add, I'd like to commend Dr. Cirillo. He did a wonderful job presenting it and putting it all together, and I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Great job, thank you. Okay, next, I do not have a report at this time. Report of the board attorneys.
Just one or two items. With respect to use of facilities, we have been contacted by the Korean Presbyterian Church, and they will be looking to utilize the high school in July and August this year. And a form of lease has been prepared, which will be submitted to them for review. After which point in time, we'll come back to this board for recommendation and approval. I will need to authorize some additional time for Mr. Groverone with respect to pending litigation. I will discuss some of that in the executive session. That pretty much concludes my report.
Do you need any motion for the first one?
We're in the process of negotiating.
Oh, okay,
this
thank you.
at this time.
Great. All right, on to our committee reports. Finance, Mr. Madison.
Jeff, excuse me.
Oh, yes.
Minute approval?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Minute approval for March 19th, 2018.
I move on that.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jeffrey Will.
Yes.
Ken Bruno.
Yes.
Stephanie Jang. Yes. Jason Kim.
Yes.
Dr. Matarazzo.
Yes.
John Madison.
Yes.
Marcus Wolf.
Yes.
Okay, Finance Committee, Mr. Madison, please.
Before you, you have 13 resolution. I received them this afternoon and went over them and seem to be all right. So I make a motion to.
Are you sure with that?
I'm sure, Diane, you do good work, so I can't complain. I move on the consent agenda on 13 motions.
Second.
Any discussion?
I do have a question. I'm gonna wait on it, but I do have, some a little high. I'm gonna wait on it until next month and see what's going on. But thank you.
Okay. Give me a roll call, please.
Jeffrey Will.
Yes.
Ken Bruno.
Yes.
Stephanie Jang. Yes. Jason Kim.
Yes.
Dr. Matarazzo. You want to
Yeah.
stay on something or
Yeah, I understand.
on what, everything? Or
Yes.
just numbers?
No, you know what? Yes. Yes.
John Madison.
Yes.
Marcus Wolf.
Buildings and grounds, Mr. Bruno, please.
Before you have 4 resolutions, all for the use of Lindbergh School on different days. I'd like to move on consent agenda on the 4th.
Second it.
Any discussion? Roll call, please. John Madison.
Jeffrey Will.
Yes.
Ken Bruno.
Yes.
Stephanie Jang. Yes. Jason Kim.
Yes.
Dr. Matarazzo.
Yes.
John Madison.
Yes.
Marcus Wolf.
Personnel Committee, Dr. Matarazzo.
Yes, before you have 9 resolutions. I spoke with Dr. Cirillo today on all of them, and they look great. And I make a move on these.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jeffrey Will.
Yes.
Ken Bruno.
Yes.
Stephanie Jane? Yes. Jason Kim? Tom Matarazza?
Yes.
John Madison?
Yes.
Lauren Fisher?
Yes.
Next is our curriculum, Mr. Jason Kim.
We have nothing to report this time.
Thank you. And negotiations, Ms. Stephanie Jang.
We have nothing to report this time.
Great. And Mr. Kim is not here for policy. I don't recall who the co-chair was.
There's no report.
There's no policy.
Okay, no report. And PTA, PTSA liaison, no report?
Connie's not here.
Okay. I don't think there's a report, right? Okay. Student activities, field trips, Mr. Jason Kim.
Yeah, there is a trip to medieval times on July 18 of 2018. So before you, we have a motion, a resolution and a motion that I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jeffrey Wood?
Yes.
Ken Bruno?
Yes.
Stephanie Jane? Yes. Jason Kim?
Yes.
Tom Matarazza?
Yes.
John Madison?
Yes.
Lauren Fisher?
Yes.
Let's see, calendar food services, Mr. Barnabas Wu.
No report at this time.
NBSBA liaison, I believe that's also Barnabas Wu as well.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
That's-
Any report for that, Mr. Wu?
No.
Okay, old business. Any new business?
Guys, in new business, I do want to ask for, please, the two resolutions. One for, we can do them separately or together. One for the National Night Out and the use of Lindbergh Field for our police department, and the second would be for the use of the ECC classroom. So
Let's do them
again,
separately.
separately?
Yes.
Okay.
So National Night Out, is there a motion for
I
that?
make a motion on that.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jeffrey Wood?
Yes.
Ken Bruno?
Yes.
Stephanie Jane? Yes. Jason Kim?
Yes.
Dr. Matarazza?
Yes.
John Madison?
Yes.
Lauren Fisher?
Yes.
And for the use of ECC classroom by the public library.
I make a motion on that also.
I'll second.
Ken?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jeffrey Wood?
Yes.
Ken Bruno?
Yes.
Stephanie Jane? Yes. Jason Kim?
Yes.
Tom Matarazza?
Yes.
John Madison?
Yes.
Lauren Fisher?
Yes.
Any other members?
Do the closed session, so.
Okay, and do we have to,
Go to audience first.
we vote for the special meetings?
Can we do that? Yep.
Okay, so we have a June 13th special meeting.
So usually in the month of June, we have two meetings. We always have a closeout meeting near the end of the month. And we also have our regular scheduled meeting, which is usually the third Wednesday. Keeping in mind and graduations, for the purposes of publicly announcing dates, June 21st, Thursday, June 21st, at 6:30, Lindbergh Elementary School will have their promotional exercise for sixth graders.
June 21st.
June 21st at 6:30 p.m. On Friday morning, June 22nd, here at the Early Childhood Center, the kindergarten children will be promoted. And that evening at 6 p.m., Friday, June 22nd, at the county field, our high school seniors will be graduating. Therefore, we are moving our June 20th meeting, or at least we are recommending to move to the 13th, and the following, the 27th, be our closeout meeting. If we can have a motion on those two.
I make a motion on,
John Manisich,
Ms.
Stephanie
Jang.
Jang.
I'm sorry, the 22nd was
High
what
school,
time for ECC?
9 a.m. and 6 p.m. for high school seniors. Weather permitting, of course, at the county field.
And if not, where will that be?
High school,
At your house.
Is there a preference?
which one?
If I'm not reasonable, I'll bring it.
Project graduation is once again happening after the high school graduation. That location is yet to be advertised or disclosed.
Okay, thank you. At this time, should we open up to audience participation? Any motion for that?
I make a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please state your name for the record. Yes.
Maria Santos. I just was following up on the SRO piece, because I know I spoke about it last time, and I know you have more clarification this time.
Yes.
So is their title still going to be school safety officer, or are they now gonna be SROs because they're going to SRO training?
So to the best of my knowledge, and Mr. Flora, who has helped with our attorney here to my right, who has helped with the language and the construction of this agreement, they will remain SSOs, school safety officers. There is no mandate, Maria, regarding the training, but we are recommending it. There has been no objection from anyone that I've referred this to. I've been in contact with officials from the Department of Ed, from the county office, and I think wholeheartedly the reception thus far is whatever we need to do to train our officers will do.
And they're retired officers.
They are still retired officers, the same complement of officers that were originally hired by the mayor and council are the same group of individuals that have been working.
And their sole responsibility, as indicated before, is if someone should enter the premises to cause harm.
Well, I would probably venture to say a little bit more than that, but I would not, again, for the record, if there is any need for police assistance, our administration and or the individual responsible that has been now assigned to the schools, any respective school, is to call for police assistance. Yeah.
And then the wellness center, because I didn't
Yes.
hear about that, that's wonderful. I was just wondering, is there information about staffing, hours, and everything on the website?
Not yet.
Because
So
it looked
today
like-
was, so we literally cut the ribbon today. We're very excited about it, but the goal here is to create a pamphlet, to create part of our whole mental health awareness in the community, not only the schools, the whole stigma-free
Right, I know
movement
they're
that we've been
working on it.
pushing hard. It's a grassroots effort that we need the students to take ownership of. It can't always be top-down. I can't mandate programs because then it's not as well received. Students have to provide us with the platform,
Oh, no.
but the creative piece is, the program is in place, the room is well established, there is an individual manning it, and again, as needed, students can stop in, but there will be more information in the days to come.
Who is the staff member?
So it's our former school psychologist from the high school, Mr. Nayel. So
I
he's
know
very
him.
good, great rapport with the children, and I think it's a very convenient,
No, it's excellent, because
thank
I
you.
know a lot of school districts have in Sacatina, they have drop-in for the zone, so I think it's a very good idea. I'm just happy to
Thank
hear
you.
about it.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else in the audience?
Yep. We do need to go to close, and then we'll need to take a vote in open.
I make a motion going to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.